What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. Hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Horna, entitled Hengen Tulet. This is released on World Terror Committee. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Finland, Finland, and honestly, I consider this band to be part of what I call the unholy trinity of Finnish black metal. And what I mean by that is they are part of a trio of black metal bands that have ties to one another, share band members with one another, and overall deliver some very consistent and solid black metal. Of course, I'm referring to bands such as Sargeist, Behexen, and of course the band I'm going to be talking to you about, Horna. Of course, all three of these bands have one tying connection, and that is guitarist and songwriter Shatrog. He plays in all three of those bands, and Horna is the band that he has held the longest sort of ties in communications with. Horna being around for almost 20 plus years, this is one of the longest running Finnish black metal outfits going, and ever since this band's first demo and appearance into the metal underground, they have been just consistently putting out a wide multitude of releases, demos, splits, compilation appearances, live appearances, full-length albums, and even albums that I'm probably not going to get right in the way of pronunciation, so I apologize for that. Of course, this band has gone through multiple band lineup changes in the past. Of course, for their first three albums, they had a vocalist by the name of Nazgul von Armageddon, whom you may best know as Werewolf from Satanic Warmaster for the first three albums. They had a second vocalist throughout the later 2000s, early to late 2000s, and then moving forward into the 2010s, they brought in another new singer, and they have been continuously working hard to make music since then. Notably in 2012-2013 with the album Askel Lamentana Saintana. And once again, I apologize if I say that wrong, but yeah. That was the last time we had heard something from Horna, and that was a pretty solid record in its own right, and this new singer that they brought with them has his own unique sort of style. I like his aspects, and I like his approach. The music pretty much stayed raw and true to traditional Finnish black metal, and that was a solid release in its own right. Now we have the 9th full-length from Horna entitled Hengen Tulet. It's 10 tracks, and it clocks in at around 47 minutes in length, and pretty much this is Horna business as usual. Straight-up traditional Finnish black metal, done in the old way, done in a way that will be respectful to what this band has been putting out for the last 2 decades, but in comparison to the last time we had heard something from Horna, you can tell there's a little bit of changes and differences going on here. Differences in the overall nuance and soundscape of the record. There seems to be a bit of a more cleaner, crisper approach when it comes to the production values of things. Whereas as opposed to bands like Sargeist and Behexen, they seem to be a little bit more raw and unadulterated. This one seems to be a tiny bit more polished. Not overly polished or clean or anything like that, but just to where enough you can understand what kind of musical ideas and representations are being done here. As far as the music is concerned, I think it's done very solidly here. I love the guitar playing done on here. It's a dual guitar sort of attack. Very awesome riffs, very well-structured tremolos, especially on the tracks Necromantia and Satanal. You just get some really great guitar playing going on those songs. Very solid tremolo riffing going on, and just the way every song is structured all the way throughout. Most of these song lengths are relatively moderate, from around 4 to 6 minutes in length, but they go by at a really solid pace. Nothing too fast or slow. I think every song moves at a very crisp pace going on here. The bass is very clear too. I love the way this bass guitar is. I really appreciate how they incorporate that sound into this overall album. Very well heard, very well played, and I commend this bassist for getting the job done when it comes to playing and keeping a good balance throughout this record. When it comes to the drums, this is where the whole connection begins to set in, because you have this guy plays bass in Sargeist, and he's been the drummer for Horna for the last couple of years, and I think he delivers another really awesome drum performance on here. You got some good little fills, traditional sort of black metal blast beats, good patterns going on all the way through, very straightforward and traditional, nothing too over the top about it. It just feels like a solid drum performance. I like the way the snare has a good little thunk going to it. The pace of certain songs are nice. Some songs can be fast, some songs can be moderate to mid-paced, but I think they get the job done very well here, and this drummer knows exactly what he's doing. He's very multi-talented, I should say. And now we get on to the vocals. I believe this singer's name is Spellgoth. I believe this is the second album that the second full length that he's been involved with. And he's starting to come into his own, I would say. He's a different vocalist in comparison to Werewolf or Corvus. He has a very distinct sort of vocal style. I like the torment and the strain in his voice. It's very well worded, of course spoken in his native Finnish language. Very good vocal deliveries, very awesome resolve. I just like the torment in this guy's voice. I think it's incredible, and it really makes this current era of Horna sound really awesome. Great vocal deliveries, great stylings, very tormented and depraved sounding, and I enjoy it a lot. So overall, I would say this is a major improvement over the last Horna release that came out. If you're a fan of what Horna has been putting out, whether it be old or new or in the middle, you'll find something to enjoy with Hengen Tulet. I think this is a really solid release. Probably one of their better releases as far as the newer stuff is concerned. If I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Amidriada, Necromantia, Satanel, Soden Roihu, and the second to last track, Hermos. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the World Terror Committee Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, and it is also available in a physical CD. You can buy it directly through the Bandcamp, and I will also link you to ominousdomain.com, where you can purchase the CD if you happen to live in North America. So you have many differing ways to get it, whether you live in the US or Europe. So again, the album is Hengen Tulet by Horna. This is released on World Terror Committee. Check this out, and for a score, I'm going to give this a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Very solid Finnish black metal from one of the longest running institutions in Finnish black metal. So if you happen to have heard this album, let me know what you think of it and where you think this album fits in Horna's discography, or whether you prefer certain other bands within the Finnish black metal underground. And good luck with trying to get some of the pronunciations right yourself. So yeah, I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.